So I'm not going to beat around the bush with this one. This is just a rant. In my last video, I talked about how I was going to be getting a job opportunity that would have made some serious money, but unfortunately it couldn't happen because of the very subject of this video. I found out that if you have marijuana on you at least more than a 7-day period or even up to a 30-day period, you can have a blacklisting event happen to you. For those who don't know, and I'm sure there's very few, drug testing is a very big deal in America when it comes to having jobs. Of course, certain industries will double down on that kind of thing, while other industries are a little more laxed on it. For example, if you're going to be a bud tender at any of the massive number of locations that have currently opened up in the last few years just around me alone, they probably would hand wash that situation and waive it. They wouldn't care. Obviously, you have to be familiar with the product, or at least I imagine most of those job owners would have you do that, but that's not the case for me. See, I didn't want to mention what it was, but I figure screw it, I'm going to say it now. I wanted to apply for a trucking industry. Now, I'm not going to name that trucking industry here because I don't want any type of fallback or to blame them. It's not their fault. It's the DOT's fault. See, the DOT, as much as anybody wants to think the DMV is a gathering of terrible people, by comparison, the DOT makes the DMV look like a gathering of idiots, while the DOT is a organized mafia. They will find anything wrong with your truck, your business, your anything just to make some money. Now that criticism is done, now, I'm not here to complain about the trucking industry, which, yes, the industry was going to hire me, but unfortunately, no matter how many years of my experience, I had to make sure I've gone a long while being sober from marijuana in order to make sure I can pass a drug test. But that being said, weed is legal, at least in Oklahoma, and you would think that at this point, certain industries would be a little more laxed on it. Of course, the debate needs to exist in the nature of democracy because this needs to be a conversation. I would never say we need to have weed just be absolutely made illegal at the snap of a finger or the same thing in the reverse. This needs to be a conversation, just like how every state in America can have their own conversations on their own subjects. Gun control. But to paraphrase a wise black man who owns this weed store near my home, said, "It may be legal, but there's still plenty of dirt on weed." To which I responded to him at the time, if we want to get rid of the dirt that's on weed, then someone needs to step up, get their hands dirty, and wash the dirt off. And if that person is going to be me, then so be it. Basically, this video is me admitting that I'm going to declare my advocacy on both my faith in Christianity and my belief in the usefulness of medical marijuana. Whether weed becomes recreational or stays forever in the realms of medical use where you need a medical card in order to obtain it, that's left for Oklahoma to debate. But as long as there is a conversation on whether or not it is useful for the family household and the very nature of the opportunity for it to be helpful for the psychological minds of individuals, that is what I'm going to do. So I'm declaring myself on behalf of Christianity and weed, and that's what this video is for. That also being said, I'm also going to just go ahead and start talking about politics because I figure with so much stuff going on in the world, along with the, I'm sure plenty of people have heard about it, the Gina Carano being fired from Disney scandal happening, I figure I might as well throw my hat in. There's no more point for being subtle. Don't get me wrong, there's all kinds of nuance, and I'm not going to paint everybody in colors of black and white. There's plenty of gray in between. But that being said, my next video is going to be a 3-part video series about SJWs and why they behave the way they behave. So, that being said, look forward for a while for my next few videos. But until then, all I can say is God bless, good journey, and take care.
There's hope in front of me. There's a light.